Legendary status. Vic XL, Sam Pisa, aka TF. When y'all gonna learn, man? You can't stop what's inevitable. It's the incredible. PZ, AKTF, dropping jewels, but they edible. I ate my vegetables, but he ate my spinach. Riding with Vic again, so no, we ain't finished. Legendary status, so no, you cannot copy. Riding dirty radio, so crispy, also sloppy. Instant to the street, so we know just what is needed. But keep it underground, staying down, cause we ain't greedy. This is where you find what is popping for the culture, where we keeping it all fresh and stay away from all the vultures. No scavengers here, just keeping it real. Vic got it out the mud, but it's still so clear. So sit back, relax, and just let us lead you. If you trolling for no reason, then we don't need you. It's Vic XL, he can't be stopped. Riding dirty forever, the home of real hip hop. Ride dirty, dog, and y'all can't harm me. I'm living fly in the sky with the stars. Ride dirty, ride dirty, ride dirty, ride dirty. How you ride dirty, dog, and y'all can't harm me. I'm living fly in the sky with the stars. Ride dirty, ride dirty, ride dirty, ride dirty. It's Vic XL, he can't be stopped. Riding dirty forever, the home of real hip hop. Ride dirty, tell me y'all can't harm me. I'm living fly in the sky with the stars. Ride dirty, ride dirty, ride dirty, ride dirty. Ride dirty, dog, but y'all can't harm me. I'm living fly in the sky with the stars. Ride dirty, ride dirty, ride dirty, ride dirty.
What up, world? It's your boy Vic XL. This is your Riding Dirty Show, where we bridge the gap between hip hop and everyday life, man. I want to jump right into it and say one time for the good people over at WRFG 89.3 FM Atlanta. All right, our FM radio home. Please check us out every Thursday night, Friday morning from 3 a.m. to 6 a.m. Again, it's every Thursday night, Friday morning from 3 a.m. to 6 a.m. Definitely been holding down the overnight slot for over 15 plus years, man. We're seeing a lot of artists come through, hold it down. All right. I also got to say one time for the good people over at Live365.com. All right. Now, let me tell you guys a little bit about our partnership with Live365.com. Last year in 2020, we decided to partner up with Live365.com. That's right. We partnered up with Live365.com. And we launched our very own internet radio station. But let me tell you guys a little bit about Live365.com. Live365.com is the internet's oldest and longest running streaming site. Now, they're not your traditional streaming site where you go listen to your favorite album on the day it drops. No, they are not. What they are a hub. They are a hub, and they allow small wattage radio stations, internet radio stations, and AM radio stations to partner up with them and broadcast over the internet. Now, the importance of this partnership is they are media-based affiliated, okay? Which means all the stations that are on Live365 are media-based stations, all right? Now, if you don't know, media-based, they track radio plays, okay? They track your radio play. Simple. If your music is played on any of these stations, then you will receive points, credits towards royalties for your music being played on radio, just like terrestrial radio, just like FM radio. Okay? All right. So, our station is Ride 95. Now, let me let you know how to access our station. Now, I don't know what's going on with me just then, but woo, I almost let it go. Okay. All right. Now, our station is Ride 95. The way to access our station is easy. All you got to do is go to Live365.com. Once you're on Live365.com, go to the search engine and type in Ride 95. That's RIDE, the number 9, the number 5. Click on our station logo and you'll have music 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Now, If you want to check us out via your mobile device, it's also just as easy. All you got to do is go download the Live365 app. Once you download that app, type in RIDE95 or IDE, the number 9, number 5. Click on that station logo and voila. Music 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Now, again, all these stations are media-based tracking, which means artists, don't just get affiliated with RIDE95, get affiliated with all the stations in your genre and try to get your music added to rotation. That way you can start earning money for your radio play. Okay? All right. Well, ladies and boys and girls, you know, right here on the Ride and Dirty platform, we are the home of independence. We're the place where people are allowed to tell their story and get their message out to the world. And if you're trying to change the world brick by brick, moment by moment, and you're improving and helping the culture, then the Ride and Dirty platform is for you. And ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, tonight is no different than any other night on the Ride and Dirty show. So I want to welcome to the platform hip-hop artist SatGame. What's going on, my G? Let me make sure I get SatGame on here. All right. Hold on, I'm going to drop this record, and then we're going to get right back into it. All right? Okay. Let's get it. We'll get my man SatGame plugged up right about now. Get my man on. SatGame, what's going on, my G?
Thanks for having me.
How you doing?
I'm doing amazing, thank you.
Okay, all right, man, let's get into it. First thing I want to say is welcome to the show. I'm very honored and pleased to have you on the platform. I'm humble for you to just take moments of your busy schedule and talk to our listeners, talk to our subscribers, talk to the people who check us out, and let them know a little bit about you and your career.
Blessings, brother. And this is SatGame from Detroit, Michigan. Reside from the east side, Motor City. I've been at this about like 10, 15 years. BMI affiliated. Trying to change the world track by track.
Okay.
Knowing it.
All right, so look, man, let's get into it. Because I was going to ask you where you're from. So you're from the D. You're from Detroit, Michigan. What was it like? What was it like for you growing up in Detroit?
Oh, it's a university. It can be good, the bad, the ugly. Take it one day at a time.
Okay, now you say the good, the bad, and the ugly. Tell me a little good, tell me a little bad, tell me a little ugly.
The little ugly is the haters can bring you down. But the good is you gotta give thanks to divine power and make it happen.
Okay. Now, growing up in Detroit and being a fan of music and knowing that you have a talent to compete in this music industry, who are some of your influences?
I like Prince, Jimi Hendrix, and I like a little bit of Elvis.
Okay. All right. Now, on the hip-hop side, who are some of your influences?
Hip-hop, we can go with KRS-One. We go with Rakim. We go a little bit of Nasir.
Okay. All right. Now,
people like that.
Okay. Now, when did you realize that not only did you have a passion to pursue music, but when did you realize that you had a skill set and a talent to pursue music?
Well, I was in the 8th grade. I went to Whitney Young Magnet Middle School, and I took music back in the day. And my music teacher was Mr. Pye, and he instilled in us that music is the way of life.
Okay, now, music is most definitely a way of life. Tell me, how has music within itself influenced you and how you move in day-to-day life?
Music influenced me to be a better creator, like to think outside the box and try to get the people a broad perspective of me and where I'm trying to focus and head to as an artist, as a CEO, and as a businessman.
Okay. Now, you mentioned something about the 8th grade. What happened in the 8th grade that basically made you take it to the next level?
Well, I used to do talent shows, and it really helped me be able to read music and find out what kind of learner I am, which is a kinesthetic learner.
Okay. All right. All right. Now, becoming an artist is something that's very, very, very hard to do. Like anybody can't just say, I want to become an artist. It's steps to it. So when you decide to pursue music as a career, like what were some of the beginning steps and some of the challenges for you?
Well, I had won this piano back in the day. My science teacher then was Mr. Chittle. So I had got the good piano, and then I just started playing it, like when I ain't have practice or whatever, or I ain't have schoolwork. So I just kept picking it up, and then as I got better, I just started running off in a bunch of different instruments, being able to make myself a musician.
Okay. All right. Now, tell me a little bit about being on. You was on a compilation on Bungle Boy Records and also Bentley Records. Tell me about those two releases and those opportunities that were presented to you in your career.
Well, the lady named Monique Graham, and I found her through Skull Magazine. And when she reached out to me, I'm like, dang, this is a beautiful opportunity. I got to make this happen. So I reached out to her, and then I had to edit my music because my music is explicit. And then I had to go to the studios and get it radio edited. And then the Bentley one came along through this guy named Sebastian. Sebastian reached out to me, told me he liked the way I like my delivery or whatever, and he wanted me to be a part of the VIP record. So I got in touch with them, and then I just been moving slowly but surely.
Okay. Now, as an artist, like, how do you describe your music?
Well, I really freestyle. I just really got into writing. So when I be freestyling, I try to incorporate different type of thinking methods in order to wow the fans and the people, give them something they never heard.
Okay. So you say you freestyle, so you don't actually write your lyrics. You freestyle everything.
Mostly, yes.
Okay. Now, when it comes to the song process and the hit making process, how was that for you?
I just listen to the beat numerous amount of times, and then I brainstorm thoughts, and then like if I come up with a catchy hook, I ain't really got to hit on music to come up with a catchy hook. I could just be chilling, and then there's something just dawned on me, and then I'll write it down. Like most of the stuff I forget, don't really make it to the pen and the pad.
Okay. All right. Now there's been some great MCs who freestyle. Jay-Z, Biggie. What do you compare yourself when it comes to that realm of artists who don't write things down and just go in the booth and get into it?
Well, I compare myself to I want to say an older MC, as in like who's the greatest freestyler of all time? I believe I say Biggie and Jay work together, so they like fed off each other's energy. So me doing it by myself, I would say in between the two.
Okay. All right. Now let's talk a little bit about Detroit music, because Detroit is known for some prolific MCs. How do you feel about Detroit music and some of the MCs that came before you?
Well, I like to pay homage to them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm really not gonna work with nobody that's like in my era due to the fact that they didn't pay the way for the people that before us. So like, I'll have to give homage to those people before me in my tribute to my music instead of somebody that's like on the same level as me. Instead of, you know what I'm saying, feeding off their wave, I go off a golden day where hip hop was originated from.
Okay. All right. Now, in 2014, you actually dropped a project called Heart of a Warrior. Tell me a little bit about that project and what was the most intriguing thing about it for the fans.
Heart of a Warrior was derived from the stuff I was going through in my life. Daily going to the library, being able to sit down in a quiet place and make music. Like, first song was recorded back in 11th grade, which made the project Hustle Hard. That's like the second song on the album. Sick Individual came from me just being going to a church and then listen to music. We didn't have instruments in the church, so it was like Church of God in Christ. So when I stopped going to church or whatever, I just like had to take music serious. I had to make music my God.
Okay. All right. Now I want to ask.
Heart of a Warrior was derived.
Okay. I want to ask you about 2 releases also. You had a joint called My Shit So Cold. Tell me a little bit about that.
That came from CD Baby. I had to make a album artwork for that. Like on TuneCore, they upload images, so I had to be creative, and that's like my brand now, which is Cold Exterior Music. You see that Ice Cube with the manure in it everywhere.
Okay. Now you also had a joint called Niggas Mad Cause They Pocket Little.
Yes.
Man, that's a very intriguing title. Let's hear
it. Niggas Mad Cause They Pocket Little. It was like in Detroit, we got a lot of dope boys and stuff like that, and they really like, people don't really have 10-year runs. Like the people that was before, you know what I'm saying, doing whatever they doing, hustling, grinding, they had 10-year runs. And some people idolized them. They didn't pay homage. So by them not paying homage, I wouldn't work or sell a BB for nobody.
Okay, now you mentioned paying homage a lot. Why is it so important for you to pay homage?
Because the people before me paved the way. Like if you don't give like your ancestors, you gotta give respect to all ancestors. Real big on respect.
Okay. All right. Now, if you could collab with any artist, past or present, who would you collab with?
I think I like Mike Jackson out the grave.
Okay. All right. Definitely. No doubt. Now, you have Mike Jackson on the hook, SatGame on the verses. What would the subject matter be?
I'll say universal mind control.
Okay. All right. Now, the name SatGame. Tell me a little bit about that name and how'd you come up with it?
All right, SatGame is just an acronym. The name is Sir Addison the Great, a.k.a. Mr. Everywhere.
Okay. All right. Now, how'd you come up with that?
Well, I was, they said my name was too long on Coast to Coast, so I had to abbreviate it in order to make it fit.
All right. All right. Now, I've noticed you've done a lot with Coast to Coast. What are some of those experiences like?
The mixtapes is cool. I got a couple. I got an up and coming show in November, right before my birthday. I'm just trying to get this venue squared away in order to rock them up for real, for real.
Okay. All right. All right. Now, how does SatGame want to be remembered by his fans?
SatGame would like to touch the youth, old, blind, crippled, crazy, whoever got a drive for the music and got to listen to ear.
All right. Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
5 years, I would like to see myself as a mogul through hip hop, changing people's lives and making my brand world renowned.
All right. Tell me, we're going to play this record that you sent us called Get This Dope. Tell me a little bit about the record, who produced it, the subject matter, and everything going on with it.
The track "Get This Paper" is actually derived from. The track was put out to motivate people to get off their butts and get a job, hustle, grind, do whatever you do, be the best at it, and not to half step.
Okay, and who produced it?
Magnetic, the Disc Recording Studio in Detroit, Michigan, where Big Sean goes.
Okay. All right. Now, how can people find this record?
They can find it on Amazon. They can find it on iTunes. They also can find it on iHeartRadio, Pandora.
Okay, now, before we get into the record, we both know we live in an era where content is king. It's all about the World Wide Web and social media. How has social media and the World Wide Web affected how you do your day-to-day business as an artist?
Well, I'm not really like I'm working. I'm still working 2 8 hours, so I drop all my music from the library, like the public library, in my phone. So it's like really without the internet, we were really nothing. The internet was derived in 1984, so like we gotta be able to reach different people, turn land into different corners in order to reach the youth or to TikTok it or Twitch it, you know what I'm saying, to reach these different people.
Okay. All right. It's a record I actually wanted to ask you about. We're not going to play it, but I want to ask you about it because the title intrigued me. You got a joint called Say You Got a Man. Tell me about that.
All right. Say You Got a Man, that was like, that's a dude using a woman instead of providing for his family, not being a leader of the household, to just not uplifting his woman.
Okay. All right.
Just coattailing her.
Okay. Now, have you had those? Have you ran into a lot of situations where this is going on?
Oh yeah, the numerous amount of situations. I try to not put myself in that situation. I'd rather be a provider than a slacker.
Definitely. All right, my G. Well, look, before I have you introduce the record, let the world know how they can find SatGame on the World Wide Web and social media.
All right, IG is SatGame, SatGame. SoundCloud is Cold Exterior Music, or Cold Exterior SatGame, COLDEXTERIOR SatGame. Amazon is SatGame, lowercase, and iHeart is SatGame, SatGame. Second iHeart station is SatGame space between the T and the G. Pandora, all together one word, SatGame, capital, SatGame.
All right. Is there a Facebook and a Twitter?
Twitter's at SatGame22, and the other Twitter's at SatGame23.
All right. No Facebook?
Facebook is Cold Exterior Cold Exterior.
Okay.
And SatGame.
All right, my G, first again, thank you for coming on the show. Do me a favor and introduce your record to the world.
Track we got here is a single release from Bentley Records called Get This Paper, produced by Magnetic from Disc Recording Institute. Let's get this paper already.